Welcome back to the Man from Mistrock, and in this chunk we are featuring fishing. So last chunk we deforested the whole of Aldaran multiple times over. This chunk is, it's going to be focused on the fishing, so the key tasks, I guess, are catch a raw shark and cook a shark. There is also some minor tasks: kill a snake, kill a jaguar cub, kill a jaguar, and obtain leather boots, which will be very straightforward. The big ones, though, are the collection log ones. So obtain a big bass, a big swordfish, and a big shark, which at the start of this grind I did not realize what the drop rate was on the big shark. So yeah, that's fun. I absolutely did forget to take a screenshot of my skills at the end of the last episode, and this is being recorded in post. So yeah, sorry about that, but we'll dive right in, and I'm sure you'll see a little snippet of my skills window at some point in this footage. Okay, so we get a free fishing rod, that's nice. And then we're going to pick up all of the other tools we don't already have, which I think is just the harpoon and the small net. Yeah, cool. We'll come back obviously when we need feathers or bait, but for now I'm going to go dive into the fishing, and I guess we're already at 7. Right, from the random event. Alright, after considering for a while where all the fishing spots are and realizing that I'm going to need to spend 40 coins per banking trip for anything on the mainland here, I'm probably going to try and do a lot of my fishing on Aldaran first, get as high as I can over there, and I'm going to have to come back a bit for the big net fishing, but yeah, look, we'll see how we go. I'm going to start with the small net fishing though, get that up to at least 15, or actually 16, and then come back over and do some big net fishing. And there's 10. Yep, lamp on the ground. Oh, and another collection log slot. Excellent. We'll pop that one onto the agility, and I don't think that's another level, is it? Oh, it is. Level 8. There we go, getting there. I'm going to test this out because I have a theory. I've brought the coins just in case, but I have a theory that if I do big net fishing over here, the coins from the caskets should outweigh the cost of banking everything. So we're going to see if that proves to be true. Alright, and that's full inventory, so we're going to take that back and we're going to start fishing some tuna until we have the level to come back and get some bass. When I come back as well, I'm going to stop picking up the oysters and just focus on the fish, because I actually don't think I'm going to end up using oyster tip bolts ever. And that's 46, so now we're going to go gear up and hit some other targets and start fishing bass. Okay, while we are back over on the mainland, we're going to take out a jaguar cub, a jaguar, and there should be a snake around here somewhere as well. Far out, if that was the cub, maybe we won't take out the jaguar. Let's give it a try. Yeah, nah, they hit for 6. So we'll be coming back at a later date to do that, I think. For now then, we'll make a start on the raw bass and see if we can't get that big bass nice and early. so I got the big bass while I was away. That's 1 out of 3 of the big grinds done, the easiest of the 3. So now we could switch to swordfish for a bit. That's a bit exciting. Oh, actually, we can also open up all of the caskets and see if we made more money than we spent on the boat. Actually, I forgot that I had also banked a lamp from a random that I was planning on doing a clip for when that happened. But that should also be, yeah, 13 agility. Okay, so we've got 121 caskets out of all that. Let's see what's in them. Oh, cool. So like 11,000 gold, nearly 12,000 gold, and a bunch of gems, and a couple of key carves, and more cosmic talismans than I could ever use. Actually, I might do a quick cleanup of this before we move into the swordies, but yeah, in a minute we'll be probably back with some levels down at the swordfish while I get on that grind. Alright, let's go have a quick look and see how early I got that big swordfish. Cut that out. We caught, wow, nearly bang on rate. Look at that. So that was the 3007th swordfish. That's beautiful. We got I think we got the bass early, didn't we? Yeah, so only 700 of those, 718. But that one's pretty much perfect. Still got a few levels to get down here though, and once we hit 76 we can pop back over to the sharks and start fishing for that last one. And there is the big 76, which means we can now move on to sharks. I am, however, going to go and cook all of this food first to get me up to the level so that I can just fish the sharks, cook them, and just bring back the cooked ones and try and save a little bit of those boat costs. So, how much food do we actually have to cook? Thousands. That's quite good actually. And in a little under 6k, we got 2 big swordfish. So that's pretty good for rate. Alright, let's get cooking. There it is. And that is cooking 80. So, finally, we can get stuck into the shark grind and see how long it takes us to get that big shark. Finish off this last inventory, and then we'll go jump in over there, grab those 2 last chunk tasks before the big shark. Alright, let's see how long it takes us to get our first shark. Hey, there's the first one. And see if we can not burn the first shark. There we go. So that's all but 2 of the chunk tasks done. So just got to get a big shark, and then we'll go over there and take on this chunk's mini boss. So just got to get a big shark. Just got to get a big shark. Big shark. Big shark. I got it! I got it! I got it! I got it! It's like past midnight and I can't do a reaction, but I got it! Oh! Oh, that's one less thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, okay. Now, don't cook that. We're gonna take that back to the bank and find out how many sharks it took to get it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I've been waiting for that for so long. Alright, so 11k cooked sharks, which, so that translates to roughly 14k sharks caught. So I burn about 20% of them, so yeah, 40k, a little bit over the drop rate. I'll go mark that one off on the chunk picker, and then, now this would have been the end of this chunk, but I went and lamped myself up to 32 agility, which means I unlocked a whole lot more, so we're not out of this chunk yet. Good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is too. So we have the big shark done. We'll tick that off, done. I went and cooked the last of the sharks that I had banked because of Leo events, so that's done as well. We've got 11,215 cooked sharks and a massive amount of other cooked food as well, so we've absolutely sorted for food for a very long time. And this would be, yeah, this would be the end of the chunk, but now we have unlocked Death on the Isle, so we're going to go do that, and after that we'll talk about the next grind. So this is going to be the first quest I've done as part of the account, the second quest technically, since we did have to do Children of the Sun to get here, but yeah, get this one done. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, and I've done this 3 times already on other accounts, so we'll jump through it and see you on the other side. Ah yes, unrecognizable. Conversing, investigating, interrogating, pickpocketing, accusing, huh. I didn't know that's what happened if you didn't actually win the fight. So there you go. I have a suspicion that I'm going to have to go and get food for this fight. Maybe even a weapon. Alright, what happens if you go in with 4 health and no plan? Oh. Straight up, huh? Looks like it's all scripted. And that's it. So that is a whole stack of experience, 2 quest points. And now we also have the costume needle, so we can actually do crafting as soon as we get some tanned leather. It's 45 thieving, 35 agility, and 20 crafting, which is the grind that we've got coming up, because I can now cut sapphires. Awesome. There's also, I believe, an unlock that's not on the chunk picker, but I want to do it anyway because I can. Grab the key from Constantinus. Opens this chest down here, which is empty. But we come back up here, and I think it's this fountain. Yeah, we'll see the one with search option shot, so it has to be that one. You get this thing. Hang on, I haven't got my costume needle. I have to go actually claim that, don't I? There we go, costume needle. And then we use this icon on this statue to unlock it if we ever do manage to get the pendant of whatever it is. Artes? Eights? One of those. Oh yeah, we also get a single water rune too. That's nice. Alright, so now that we've completed Death on the Isle and we've got the big shark, we now have only a couple of new tasks which were unlocked by doing that quest. The first one is, because we now have 20 crafting, we can cut the sapphires that are in our bank, and because we have this shop, which does, I think, no, it doesn't sell uncut diamonds, but we do have access to diamonds in our chunk, which means we need to cut one. I've been checking this shop every time I've run past it, and it seems to always be completely sold out. And if it does have anything, it's like 1 emerald. So I suspect that there's people doing this exact grind, hopping worlds, buying out everything they can find, yeah. So I don't think this is going to be viable. I'll have a quick jump around just to see if I can get a hold of any gems at all. But I suspect I'll end up going for my second method of getting gems. Yeah, no, so that's not going to work. Alright, we'll go for the other method then. Okay, so I know that I can get gems from these chests. I don't know what the rate is like. I don't know what my success rate will be like. I do know that I can get teleported out if I fail. So we'll see how many gems I get between teleports and I guess go from there. I see. This is going to be unpleasant, isn't it? Okay, so it looks like at my level I have about a 1 in 4 chance of successfully picking the block. And if I fail, it's like a 1 in... yeah, it's about a 1 in 5 chance of being teleported. So it does apparently go down the higher level you are, but it's never 0. Okay, so raw math says we're looking at about 120 attempts at picklocking to get a single sapphire. So this might not be the play. What do I do? If the shop's bought out, it only restocks gems every few hours, and it looks like they're being bought out constantly. This is gonna... oh really? First attempt. This is going to be a problem. I think I need to figure out how many gems I need first and go from there. Okay, so the numbers are encouraging. It looks like I'd only need somewhere between 600 and 900 gems, depending on what combination of gems I get. But I've now been doing this for like 10 minutes or something. I haven't got a single gem. So I'm wondering what the gems per hour is on this, because if it's 1, then we're talking 600 to 900 hours of this. And it would probably be better to just wait for a reset and then smash the gem stalls. Okay, so a little bit of success with the gem stall hopping already. I think this is going to be the method. Even if it does take me a week or 2 to get all the gems, it's still going to be way faster than stealing from those gems from the Aldaran treasure chests. So we'll pop all of that away, pull out the money stack, and get to work. Alright, so rather excitingly, I did one run through the shops. I got maybe half the stock on most worlds, and that is already added up to like 20k XP worth of gems. So this is it. This is the plan. I'm just going to go through every few hours, try and pick up a couple gems here and there, and it should only take me at most a couple of days to get this grind. This 50, whatever it was, 54. Oh no, it's only 43. I need to get 43 crafting. That's going to be easy. Alright, we'll see in a minute. I'm going to cut this lot, see what it gets me to, and I'll be right back. So it looks like with that, it's 36 crafting from the gems that we just got in one run, which is fantastic. I didn't actually realize I was going to get that high. 20 to 36 crafting in like one run through of the store. So I'll come back and do that. I have realized while I was doing that, that cutting diamond bolt tips, I can't find it in the guide, but cutting diamond bolt tips is apparently 65 fletching. So I am going to have to get 2 more fletching levels. Which means we're going to go back to the forestry world for a little bit until I've got the log saved up for that. I'll be doing those gem store runs in between woodcutting and fletching. And there's the 43 we were after. So that only took me like 2 full runs through of the gem shop. That place is amazing. Definitely a better choice than those chests. So there is cut a diamond. That's that task done. So we've only got 2 more tasks left. Should only take a couple of days of cutting maples to get me up to the 65 fletching, and then we'll be done in this place. And 64, and that is 65 fletching, which is now diamond tipped adamant bolts. So we can cut that, turn it into bolts, turn it into bolts. There we go, and that is all but one of the chunk tasks for this chunk. So now it is time to gear up in our best in slot gear and go and take on the chunk mini boss. So I'll be there in a second, and we're gonna have a whole stack of best gear, whole stack of brand new food as well for this attempt. Last time didn't go so well. This time I reckon it'll go better. Alright, so this is the best in slot gear we're rocking. We have a stacked inventory. Attack and strength potion. Really? Really now? Sure, we'll deal with that in a second. Stacked inventory. Got all our potions. Money to get back if we need it. But I think we can probably take on this boss. So let's get into it. Alright, well, as it turns out, that's actually a Slayer level. Slayer level 2. So, thanks, Count. Alright. Here we are. He's right there. I'm going to pot up, I'm going to dive on him, and hopefully take him down in one go. So let's get into it. That white, okay. Okay, so the sharks were kind of overkill, but we got it done, and that was the last chunk task. So finally, after being here for, it's going to be about 2 or 3 months now in this chunk, finally we get to roll again. I am just going to quickly check the chunk picker to make sure I haven't unlocked anything new, but yeah, let's go probably pick a chunk. So now we get to finally roll and see where we're going to end up next. Now we don't want to get that one because it's got the curved bone. We don't want to get that one because I do not want to do any more wood cutting. Any of these 3 would be absolutely fantastic. Number 1 would be especially good because that lets me level up my combat skills without without even really thinking about it. So let's just give it a roll and see what we get. Okay, well, that's that then. So we're going to go to the Hunter Guild. And let's see what we've got for tasks. We have... Oh, it's literally just pick up one item. And I think this will probably be the end of this episode, if I'm pretty sure it will be, since given how long it took me to actually catch the shark and do all the extra tasks. So we'll have a look. This is our final total level for this episode, 647. We have been going for 27 days and 13 hours now, so that's up there. We got the second quest done. 29 collection log items. Actually, let's show that. Collection overview. Ah, it looks good. Big shark. We love that. And yeah, actually there is some more. There's some more collection log items I'm going to get in just a sec, but I will leave that for the next episode. We'll do that when we get to where we're going.